Hi everybody, it's Lace, and I've been behind on videos. I've had all this stuff written down and just haven't had a chance to do it. But because I got a day off in the middle of the week, I'm banging out a couple videos today. This next one is just going to be a random thing of a bunch of different information that, might help you as a player. First off, I want to expose folks to not only on the Shroud of the Avatar form, but being able to go through that and use that to buy and sell things. And there's many ways to do it. And so I'm just on the basic forms. I'm going to go down to the player marketplace. I'm going to click into that. There's lots of things you can read in EULA and things to do, not to do. Trusted Traders Program, a bunch of stickies, whatever. What you're really going to want to look at is want to buy, want to sell, and then commodities. So as an example, today it's July 4th, 2017. I had some certain things that I wanted to buy today for some goals in crafting that I had, and I made a post. And I said I wanted to buy mass quantities. And I listed what I wanted to buy, the price I was willing to pay, and, pretty much within a few hours, I've been getting my stuff. So it was like 3 hours that I edited. I got the last one. So within 3 hours, I got three out of my four things on my list for the price I wanted. Now, this is not only about, what what I want to buy. This can also be for sellers. If you want to have a sale or a flash sale or something like that, you can absolutely do this in the marketplace, and people do look because obviously I've already bought these things that I wanted to buy pretty quickly within 3 hours. So now going back and just looking at the main thing of all the different stuff, you can see people are constantly posting stuff. The only problem is sometimes it's in-game gold. Sometimes, thank you there, dear girl, for barking. Sometimes it's other stuff, and sometimes people don't update whether it's been sold or not, and so you end up clicking into it, and then you contact them and find out it's not been sold. So people that do things like this, sold, that's great. You know, somebody's selling silver and gold, PayPal, it looks like, flash promo. I don't know how many people have bought from this guy or whatever. I'm just saying there's lots of different ways to buy. Me, I only do it with in-game gold. I'm not looking to make money off this game in, PayPal and stuff, but people will sell it for PayPal and things like that. And this is commodities. This is wood, sugar, or whatever, things like that. In addition, in the player marketplace, if we go back, we were just in this commodities area. There's lots and stuff, and then want to sell, want to buy. And then there's house and lot listings, and then services and vendors. So if you've opened up, you got yourself a deed, and you got yourself a vendor, and you want to, advertise that you've opened up a new shop or that you're having a sale, this would be the place to list it. And people do go and look. So I just wanted to, just spotlight this area that's been created on the forums for us, and to get more folks using it and stuff. It'll help the economy out because there's nothing worse than walking around and walking around and walking around, and you still can't find what you want to need, or what you want to buy. A seller's a little different, but for me, I just can't stand spending the time looking for something that I want to buy, and I have to go a million places to try to find a place to buy it. It should be a buyer's market. Seller's market, well, you gotta, work on that, get a brand name going, and, get your connections going. And I understand that should be work, but for a buyer, it should be easy for me to freaking buy. And I actually used this today for the first time ever in trying to buy things other than just, verbal communication through the various channels or Discord or whatever. First time I posted, and I'm very happy with the success I had in finding what I wanted to buy. So I'm going to just throw that out there for veteran players or new players and everything like that. And that kind of concludes this, and we're going to go into the next piece. For our next segment, I've spotlighted SodaWiki, again, in some tips and tutorials and things like that in several videos. But today I actually went there, and it was because I couldn't remember, sometimes searching the forums to try to find all the release notes to find the recipes and stuff is a bit bothersome if you don't use exact search terms. But you can do a cool thing, and you can go to Shroud of the Avatar, or SodaWiki.net rather, and look at release. They'll have the release and latest patch notes. So if I click on this, I get the latest, release patch notes. Additionally, and basically what was happening today for me is I was like, I knew there was a recipe in R42 that didn't come out exactly right when I was looking for it, and I couldn't remember what it was, but I knew I was missing something. And rather than going to all the vendors and scrolling through them to see not learn, not learn, not learn, or actually it would always be you learn, you learn, you learn, and trying to find the knots. I knew that I was only missing certain things, and I was able to go back through various releases. So if you don't remember things that have changed or what's changed, or you've been gone a few months and stuff, rather than trying to scroll through the forums and find the various release notes, I just wanted to point out that you can go to SodaWiki. Oops, maybe 41 didn't work for me. Let's see, maybe I hit the wrong number. I'm pretty sure you can go through here and just do what I did. Click the most current one and then change it. It looks like it's always listed on here as release 41, 42. You can't see what I'm doing because I kind of got the box hidden. Hold on. Let me move the recording page up. So I went and I did 41. I did 42. And then, the one we started out on was 43. And I'm just changing that and cycling through, and I can very easily see all the different release notes and stuff because the folks at SodaWiki have archived them for you and for your use. So this is very helpful again if you want to go back and say what were the changes to this magic skill, or what were the new craftable items that we can get, or what was this or what was that, or what's changed. This is how you can catch up, especially, if you've been gone for a month or something, or if you just want to read through the history of the game. Going through these, it's truly a walk down memory lane. So that was the next segment of this video, is pointing that out. The next website that I want to show you is SodaAstronomy.com, and it's www.sodaastronomy.com, and it's run by Bowen Bloodgood, who is absolutely the foremost expert on the heavens and the skies. Recently, we've had some new things come into play from the heavens and skies, and while this website is not quite yet updated with all that information, trust me, it will be. You may see dates that says like June of 2016 or something. It doesn't mean it's out of date. It just means that that information hasn't changed since then. So, in going to it, astronomy news, well, there's not been a lot of news to astronomy, so why comment on it? What you really want to look at here is look at the New Britannia Ori. I'm going to say, I hope I'm saying that right. And, he's done a video of showing the spin of the planets and how everything is circling around New Britannia, their orbits and the constellations. And he's done, a video of that. And you can watch how they go. Now, there's some more things that come into play in this. If I go into the heavens, I believe it is. The heavens. Here's where he's going to give you the name of each of the things that you see in the sky. And again, in other videos, I've showed you and I've said, hey, get an astrolabe or click on a moon dial. And at night, well, especially at night, you could do it in the day, but it's just more dramatic at night. You can see these, it's not cylindrical, it's not the right word, but you can see ley lines, I guess you could call them perhaps. And they show the constellations and where they're at in the sky. And these are the names of the constellations. And as some of you know, depending on where these constellations hit in a certain sector, that's how you know that, if deceit is in a certain area, then anybody, any POT or any NPC town that has a devotional to deceit, they have a chance to be attacked. And that's how you can predict sieges and stuff. And of course, from sieges, once you defeat all the little engineers and all the little people and stuff around it, then the boss can spawn. And that's how people are farming the Kabbalist or Kabbalist robes. I guess it's Kabbalist is the way they say it. To me, it's, I guess it's, looks like it's, with the A, the B, the A, it seems like it's a hard A, but Kabbalist, I think, is the correct pronunciation. The Kabbalist robes, the Kabbalist shrouds and cloaks and boots and whatever else they drop, and the different ones, and your chance to get it. But anyway, so this is telling you kind of telling you their orbital duration. That's going to also help you predict when they're going to hit. I'm not getting to the math of all that. But again, this is a good read. If you're just looking for a centered place just to get a little grip on this. Also, in addition, Bowen Bloodgood, the guy that has this website, he does a Soda Astronomy. He was doing it weekly for years and years and years. I think he's still doing it weekly. I think he took a tiny break during persistence, but I believe he's back. But also, if you just look for him on the forums, or on Discord or something like that, perhaps, he's gonna tell you so much stuff that will just blow your mind. He knows so much stuff about the heavens and the stars and stuff. Let's see, NB calendar. I think this is just gonna tell us about equivalents. 1 hour of Earth time is 1 day. Every month is 28 days within 12 months of the year, and just other things to wrap your head around if you're trying to convert game time to regular time. So anyway, this is a useful site, especially for you guys watching the heavens. I really, I went to one of his astronomy classes and I got hooked, and I kept looking at stuff. So I just wanted to promote his website and everything. Again, I think he needs to add some siege information and stuff. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, Bowen, if you happen to see this video. Or maybe you guys can whisper him and say, hey, update it, dude. But that concludes this portion. The thing that I want to get into is, obviously, we got new bulletin boards. This is something I had actually, I'm trying to zoom in here. Something I know I had personally requested and said how to do it and blah, blah, blah on the forums a long time ago. Don't know that it was because of me, but maybe I might feel sexy thinking about it. No, it was something that I suggested because it's a great way to leave messages. You don't have a guild message of the day like you have, and because we have POTs where I've got like, I don't know, 10, 15 different guild members here. I can't always talk to them, but I want to be able to say, hey, we're doing this, or hey, we're doing that. So we've got the bulletin board, and that required you, and this was R43 to make the bulletin board, and then you got to make the flyers. But I want to show everybody that is into book printing. Obviously, with book printing, I kind of showed you guys a video, and I did colors and stuff and everything in Diamond Fields. Let's see if I got one on me. I don't know. I think I do. DF, all item, yeah, food court menu. So, doing various things, I was able to produce a book with a little bit of a graphical interface to it. It's primitive, it's ASCII art, but also coloring and stuff like that. And that is another video that's coming. Just haven't gotten around to it. Anyway, unfortunately, the only way to do that is to use imported text when you first go to write on an item. With the flyers, we don't have the opportunity to do the imported text. However, you can still, do black and white stuff. So, let's see. We recently, ending our month-long drive for the Trevor Project, we had the release party and the puppet golf tournament. And so, I made a flyer for folks if they happen to come in and look at the bulletin board saying, hey, welcome to Diamond Fields. Just a little flair. Maybe tacky to some, but it's what I did. You get your 18th hole and the ball going and somebody playing golf. This is something that you can do to enhance your bulletin board, is using the ASCII art. And I've used it heavily in mine, and I encourage you others. It's the 4th of July today, so we've got a little flag and, some little trivia and stuff that we put up on just our random public bulletin board. Here we say, Diamond Fields Poker Tourney coming soon, and that is absolutely true. This is something I've had in the books for about 3 months, but I just haven't had time to actually host it, because it's going to be basically 6 weeks. Every 6 weeks, 6 players get to play, so it's only a total of 36 players total that are going to get into this, and there'll be a winner from each one of those 6 weeks, and those final 6 will play for the final prize pot. The plan is no buy-in, so it's not going to be a cost to you. I'm the sponsor of the event, therefore I'm, going to give away the money, so it's not like you're really Truly gambling, you have nothing to lose by joining the tourney, only something to gain. And I have some very cool ways of how we're going to do this. I'm not ready to tell my secrets quite yet, but yes, this is coming. But once again, I use some ASCII art to show it up. For our residents, if you want a fireplace, I've just posted a very plain Jane thing here. It says, tell me, because we're going to have a second bulletin board for our vendors and merchants to where they can post sales or whatever they want to do, and that will be second. This one's kind of mine, but I'll do a second one for everybody else. And then here, again, ASCII art, and, just saying, there's lots available. These are just some ideas for you fellow POT owners and stuff out there. Hey, I've put a village lot up that everybody that, just ask me, they can have access and grow on it and stuff. You guys will have to share and work it out, but hey, it's free farmland. And little flowers, yeah, I know they're not the best, but hey, I got to do with what the internet gives me. And trust me, once you copy something from the internet and try to put it into a flyer, because what you're copying is in true type text format, and the text in the game is not true type, you have to do a lot of manipulation to get it to all line up. So this didn't just happen easily. In addition, this is something that I've done in our POT, is this day in history, and I'll list out, almost a week's worth of stuff. So, just something fun. So these are some ideas for your POT owners. Everybody can have bulletin boards now. You can do it on your personal property. You can do it on your POT or wherever. But these are just some ideas to give you guys, ways to interact with your community. This is what I'm doing. I'm sure there's a million other ways to also do it. But I just wanted to, kind of show some of that around and stuff. Like I said, we'll be putting up a second bulletin board right over there, and we'll have our vendor people do it. And this is so funny because way on back we were doing a library, and I was going to do a book and try to put vendors in it, but now it's much easier. You guys will print your flyers, I will put them on the bulletin board, and this will now just become our little tiny library of books that we've collected, written, or bought on occasion and stuff from, like, say, Viram and Wamby's bookshop. These are community books, not necessarily ones that you would have in your home. So I think that's going to wrap up this video. I know it was very widespread in what we covered, but these were all the things written down on my list of things to cover, and so, boom, we put them into one video. So take care, everybody. Happy hunting, and be safe.